Okay. So why is methodology important? Correct one. Let's say something. We can just unmute ourselves and say something. People are quiet. Chapman.
Okay.
Okay,
I can
Timothy.
try. Can
Yes,
you
you
hear me?
can. Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes, Timothy, we are getting you.
Okay. So with correct methodology, yeah, we have learned that it's the only methodology that is able to give us new truths. We know that the Bible is hidden with treasure, but for us to dig out that treasure, we need this methodology, the correct methodology. Yes, the one that is leading us to light. And also, through correct methodology, we are learning more about God. We know that we lost His image, and we are being restored to God's image through the correct methodology. Thank you.
Okay. So what Timothy? So Timothy is his correct methodology. It helps us find truth. Yeah. And this truth ends up restoring us. No. So that is Timothy. The correct methodology helps us to find truth. And others, what do you think? Regina, what do you think about like methodology being one of the reason why the reason of our success? Correct methodology. What do you think? How important is methodology for our success? And Charity also, what do you think? Rocky, Charity and Rocky, what do you think? Why is methodology important?
Maybe another thing.
Yes.
Okay. I think correct methodology has also helped us conquer. All along, we have learned that we are in an information age, information war, and the only way
Yeah.
we can conquer our battles, it's through correct methodology. Yeah, I think I speak this from my own experience. Yeah, I had a lot of misconceptions, but as I learn through teachers and as I observe through how they are using the correct methodology, my own misconceptions have been conquered.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we become conquerors through correct methodology. It's how we defeat everything.
Okay. Thank you. So correct methodology helps Timothy to deal with misconception and errors. Thank you. Others, what are you saying? Charity, Regina, Rocky, and Letan. Why do you think methodology is important?
Yeah, I think I can just add to what Timothy has already said.
Yes.
By saying that, as he says, he's been protected in this information age because I think for me, correct methodology helps us to read things correctly and to interpret things in the correct way. So through methodology, correct methodology, you'll have a correct understanding of things because you'll read things, you'll not misread anything. You'll read things correctly. Even when you read a verse, when you apply correct methodology, you'll read it correctly, not incorrectly. So it helps us to read things correctly and to get the correct information from whatever we are looking at.
Thank you very much, Letang. Yeah, so Letang is saying it helps us to read things correctly. It's like what Timothy said, especially when we are in this information warfare. Yeah, and to survive, you need to read things correctly. And also, it helps us to interpret things correctly. Yeah, thank you very much. And the others, what do you think about the importance of methodology? Okay, someone has written something. Says correct methodology has also helped us to understand history, how it connected with events. Thank you. Yeah, so we can see that methodology and correct methodology is very, very important to this movement. I think we sometimes we even talk about unity. Yeah, and so methodology helps us to, you know, it's one of the reasons that unites this movement. Yeah, it's a correct methodology. Correct methodology. So it's something that yeah, so like correct methodology is important as we like are studying anything. And it also creates that unity within the movement. It creates unity within the movement. So that is one of the reasons is correct methodology. It leads to, it makes this movement to succeed. So what I want us to do, is let's list some of the methodologies that we use, that we have adopted as a movement. You can list them. Yeah. The methodology we use. We can list them. Anyone to list the methodology, any methodology we use?
Okay, I think I can start with the oldest one.
Yes.
One of them is William Miller's rules, which are
Yes.
15 rules. William Miller's 15 rules.
So, one, we have Miller's rules. Miller's 14 rules. So we have Miller's 14 rules. Any other? Miller's 14 rules. Any other?
Juxtaposition.
Okay. Maybe say parable teaching. And we all know parable teaching is actually just it's part of Miller's rules. You know, Miller's rules covers everything. But we can try to divide them. So parable teaching methodology, that is charity. Yes. So we have parable teaching. And I was saying, if we check out Miller's rules, that is actually parable teaching, but we can try and separate them. The other one,
Alpha and
yes,
Omega.
yes,
Alpha and Omega.
all those things, we can just put them in parable teaching.
Yazim Shonsema parables.
Okay. Then sometimes back we used to say hermeneutics. Hermeneutics. So all these, whether you talk about hermeneutics, parable teaching, they fall under the category of Miller's 14 rules. Yeah. Yeah, it's just an increase of knowledge on those rules. You might talk of parable teaching, you might say hermeneutics, yeah, or Miller's 14 rules. They are just the same thing. So this is the methodology. So now the other question, if the success of the movement depends on the correct methodology, meaning the members of the movement are supposed to understand and know how to use these rules, the methodology. Yeah. So if I might ask, how many among us have tried to study the 14 rules of Miller? And there are even some presentation within the movement which talks about the 14 rules of Miller, which are the Paminda did. So, yeah. How many have taken time to study William Miller's rules and learn how to apply them? How many? Okay. So, my question should be, how can one know and understand how to apply the rules or methodology? How can one learn and understand how to apply the rules correctly when they are doing with Bible study? Yes, what do we think? Rocky, what do you think? How can you learn and understand how to apply correct methodology during the Bible study?
Can I try?
Yes, you can.
I think, first of all, I need to be somebody who studied the rules and practice them. That's why when I'm doing a Bible study, either with friends or alone, I'll be able to apply the rules correctly because I've started them, I've learned how to apply them, and I know how they work. If I don't know, it will be very difficult. So during a Bible study, if I'm doing a study maybe as alone or with friends, I'll be able to apply them correctly.
Okay.
Yes, so that is that I think. You can only use them correctly if you practice.
Okay.
Yes.
So, no, thank you. So, one way of learning how to use methodology correctly, one, like you need a teacher. This teacher must be someone who knows how to use the rules and how to apply the rules correctly. So you need a teacher. Yeah, like you need to consult from someone who knows. Yeah, a competent teacher. Yeah, who knows how the rules work. Yeah, that is the first thing. If you don't know, then you want to know is you need one, it's a teacher. Yeah, and the purpose of the teacher is to show you how the rules work. Yeah. Then number two, which also Regina mentioned, for you to have an experience of how the rules work and to be skilled, you need to be, you need to, okay, so the first one I would say seek help from a teacher. Yeah, and this teacher is someone competent and qualified. By qualification, I mean someone who understands methodology. Yeah. Then number 2 is you need to teach. You need to teach. It's by teaching you gain the experience of how to use methodology correctly. Yeah, how to use methodology correctly. Yeah, you are going to have that experience. Yeah. Yes. So I think those are the ways through which someone would learn how to use methodology correctly. One is to seek help from a teacher, any teacher who knows how to use methodology correctly, so that you are trained. Number 2 is to teach. Yeah. Number 2 is to teach. So let's talk about teaching. What are the benefits of teaching? What are the benefits of like teaching? Hmm?
Let me try once more.
Nothing.
I think when you teach, you learn. You're teaching, but you're learning also. And when you are teaching, you are given an opportunity to look at that you are sharing from different perspectives. It becomes broad. As you are sharing with friends, as you are teaching, they'll share their views as well. You will also learn and begin to think about that topic in ways that you are not looking at it. So when you are teaching, one of the benefits is that you learn from others, and then you also have a deeper understanding of the study you're sharing. That's one.
Okay. Thank you. And also Chapman has said the same thing. The benefits of teaching, it helps you have more knowledge. Yeah. So from the 2 people have commented, they have commented that we thought teaching helps the listeners, but actually it helps the teacher. Yeah, teaching helps the teacher to have more knowledge and experience in the message. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, so if we can go to Daniel chapter 12, and this is what we used to do in the movement, we'd go to Daniel chapter 12, verse 3. Yeah. So maybe we can start with verse 4. Verse 4 would say, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end, and many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." So in Daniel chapter 12, verse 1, verse 4, we have, so this is the time of the end, and we have the unsealing. Unsealing of the message. And this unsealing, there is now an increase of knowledge. So an increase of knowledge, which takes place at the time of the end. And it says, "And many shall run to and fro." Then we can go on verse 10. It says, "Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand." So verse 10 says, so we have two groups. We have the wise versus the wicked. And it says this, the wise, they understand. So the definition of the wise in Daniel chapter 12, it's those who understand. And in this context, they understand the unsealed message, the increase of knowledge. Yeah, according to the context. Then the wicked, if you do compare and contrast, it says they shall do wickedly. None of the wicked shall understand. So they don't understand. So the wicked don't understand. Then it doesn't end there. When we check on verse 3, it says, "And they that be wise," so it's talking about the same wise, "shall shine as the brightness of the firmament." Then it continues, "And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever." You can see that that is a repeated in large. It says, "And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament." And it says, "And they that turn many to righteousness." So what does it mean to be wise? Okay, so let me write that down. We see that it's a repeated in large. It says, "And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament." So the statement is, wise shine, they shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. So shine as the brightness The brightness of the firmament. Then the statement is repeated, and they that turn many to righteousness. So, turn many to righteousness. It says, as the stars forever and ever. So, as the stars forever. Yeah. So this is a repeat and enlarge. Shall shine as brightness. It's the stars which shine of the firmament. You know, the stars shine at night. Then the wise, it's actually to turn many to righteousness. That is a repeat and enlarge for verse 3. So the definition of the wise in verse 3, it's to turn many to righteousness. So we can see that these wise, it's those who turn many to righteousness. Righteousness. And now, once we looked at this definition of the wise, one, the wise, they understand the message and they turn many to righteousness. Then we have to ask ourselves, who are these? Those who understand and turn many to righteousness. Who are these? That's a question. How do you turn many to righteousness? That's a question. How do you turn many to righteousness? How do you make others wise?
I understand it through the increase of knowledge. According to the verse, like through the increase of knowledge, men are turned into righteousness.
But how did you turn many into righteousness? If you are turning them into righteousness, what are you doing to them?
You are making them understand.
And what is that process of making someone to understand?
Teaching them.
Yes. You are teaching them. And we concluded, we saw that these wise who understand the message at the time of the end, and they are turning many to righteousness. Okay, let me read. Yes, and Charity saying teaching, definitely. Yeah, so this is actually, these wise, these are teachers. So these were the old studies in the movement. So these are teachers. So the teachers who are called the wise, they understand the message and they turn many to righteousness. And they have that title, the wise. Yeah. So we can start to see that being a teacher in this movement, at the same time you are learning, it's a fulfillment of this verse. They are the wise. They are the wise. Yeah. And when we start to look at it now more, as the people said, it's by teaching through which someone gains the experience and understands more of the message. When we talk of methodology, you can't understand methodology if you are not a teacher. The only way you can understand methodology and how to use it and apply it, it's by learning from the wise, meaning the teachers, and by also teaching. And that is the way through which you can fulfill this phase. Yeah. So why this is important to understand for me, yeah, I think it's important because each time when we are talking about teaching in this movement, we actually think teaching benefits others who are supposed to listen to you. Yeah. But from what we can see, actually teaching benefits more of the teacher. And at the same time, it benefits everyone. Yeah. Those who teach more, they have more experience with the message and they have got a broader understanding of the message than those who don't teach. Yeah. And also, we can see it's inbuilt in Daniel chapter 12. It's prophetic. Yeah. There is actually a blessing for that. Yeah. Yeah. It's prophetic. The wise are teachers. Yeah. So, yeah. Like in Zambia, in Botswana, we make like a duty roster. And I think even in the movement, across the movement, you'd find that some are happy, some are not happy, because they see teaching as something that has to do with the teaching people, those people benefiting those people. Yeah, and this is why people don't like teaching, and they have their own concerns also. But once we start to see it in this context, that actually teaching is designed to help the teacher more, to understand the message, to understand how to use methodology correctly. Once we start to view teaching in that way, then I believe the next thing is most people will be interested in teaching, yeah, because the benefit is for themselves. They're doing it for themselves. Okay, I've said much. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's comment on it. Like, let's share our thoughts. Yeah, Sharon, Joseph, Albert, and Oliver, Chapman, Charity, Margaret, Letang, Nico, Regina, Rocky, Timothy. We can say something. What has been your experience when you teach? Yes.
As for me, I usually not forget that concept, but when people teach, usually I forget the lesson. My
Okay.
lesson.
Be close to the mic of the radio. Otherwise, your voice is very faint.
Mm. I was saying, when usually I teach that subject, I usually not forget. But when my friends are teaching, if I do not pay attention, the very day or 2 days I'll forget. But on my subjects, they are in my head. I don't forget.
Okay. So Sharon, she's saying if she teaches something, she doesn't forget easily compared to when she's listening to others teach. Thank you. Others, what are you saying? Others, Rocky, Timothy, Regina.
Okay, maybe let me comment on the challenge, not the experience.
Okay, before, let me read what someone has written. Charity saying, you get to learn more through interactions and corrected, be exposed, and it motivates us to study more. Thank you for that comment, Charity. Timothy, you can go ahead.
Okay, I think like the major challenge, maybe for me or maybe others as well, is you sometimes tend to feel you're not ready enough, where you want to be so good before you make a presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, to avoid making maybe mistakes, and also wondering if people have really understood the topic or subject.
Okay. So Timothy is saying one of the reason, like the challenge that he faces or some people face is like wanting to make sure that they perfect themselves before they start teaching, because they will be wondering if probably what they are teaching is making sense at all and how it will be perceived by the people. So that is one of the challenge. Yeah. And how do you deal with it? Yeah. What we are learning is if you want to perfect your teaching and everything, you can only do it when you are practicing, meaning when you are teaching. And if you are not, you won't have that experience. Yeah, you won't have that experience. Yeah. Then also sometimes people they find it hard to those presentations which are on the duty roster. Some people find it hard to prepare. They find it complex. Yeah. And also you need to know that they are like, if it is here in Zambia, even in Botswana, if it's in Botswana, there is that slot for book reading, which currently has not been, we haven't yet started. Anybody who has a study they have been studying, they can request for that period and conduct a study, which is not on the duty roster, and the duty roster study will come by the teacher assigned. Even here in Zambia, it's the same way. Like there's that slot from 10 to 11:30, which is designed if someone has a study, a personal study, which they have been studying, they can request for that time, and that time will be given to them. Yeah, I think Regina used to do that, but now she stopped. I don't know why. Yeah, so there is that period. If you are finding to start from that, like starting from those studies which are already on the duty roster, if it's hard for you, you can be requesting that period. In Botswana, the period for books, yeah, you can request it. You can prepare a simple study and start from there. And if it's in Zambia, there is that slot for 10 to 11:30. You can request for that period with a simple study. Yeah, and you will be teaching also. Yeah, you will be teaching. So I think that is yeah. And also members should be, uh, tolerating. Yeah, what I mean is, I think you need to distinguish between an upcoming and someone who is already like experienced teacher. Yeah, and if someone is an upcoming, there is need of more tolerance, not to make their lives hard when they are teaching. Yeah. Yeah, of course, when it comes to experienced teachers, yeah, I think there's no problem in making their lives hard. What I mean by that, not in a negative way, I think we saw when Pedro taught, Pedro was put in front of all the members of the movement to ask questions, tough ones, easy ones, because he's a teacher and he's supposed to defend what he's teaching. Yeah, but an upcoming, someone who is just an upcoming trying to learn how to teach, they might not be subjected to all that. Like there will be that tolerance. There should be that tolerance among us. Yeah, among us. Yeah. So Timothy, that experience, you gain it when you actually start teaching. I remember I did a study, a very bad study. Yeah, there's this, I stood like in front of a lot of people of the movement to prepare the study. But that was like my first time having such a big audience. And the study was somehow complex. And once I finished that study, I felt I'll never teach again. Like, this is all a plan. But that was my learning experience, part of my learning experience. Yeah. And I can bear witness, like, another things that helps me a lot is teaching vows. Especially vows, they are one-on-one. So, and one of the purpose why the movement decided them to be one-on-one is for the benefit of the teacher and the student. One-on-one there, yeah, you can choose how the lessons should be, and they can adapt. And also, methodology wise, you'd learn a lot of things like through that experience. It's tiresome. Yeah, but at the same time, believe you me, the benefits that you receive, we teach the same vows, but if I teach vows to this one person, then I teach these vows to another person, you'd find that knowledge on the same topic increases. And that helps me becoming more settled and more settled on those truths which I teach repetitively. Yeah. Yeah. So those are some of the benefits. And there's sometimes when I'm preparing a study, you know, it won't even be that like much like, but once like when I'm teaching and now people asking questions and sharing different ideas, then I start to see that start in a different way and where even I'm supposed to fix and how I'm supposed to structure it. Yeah, sometimes it comes that way. Yeah, sometimes if I've prepared the study and the study seems to be hard for me on how to structure it and how to put it. When I have these classes like Thursday, Tuesday classes, I'll just bring that topic as a discussion. Then after we discuss and we learn about it, it now just starts to form in my mind how it's supposed to be. Then I will structure it accordingly, you know. So for me, I think teaching has helped me more than actual probably than how it has helped the people that probably I teach. That is what I can tell you. That is what I can tell you. Yeah. Then also it will put you in that situation where people expect a lot from you in terms of the message wise, which will force you to be studying and also to be up to date with every message that is being taught in this movement. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that is those are some of the benefits. So I think we have been helped by this discussion to see how beneficial teaching is. Yeah, if we use Daniel chapter 12, the wise who turn many to righteousness, they are the teachers. Yeah, in the past, we used to say the 144,000 are teachers. They are those people who are the wise. And it is still true. Yeah, it is still true. Yeah, and let's understand that by not teaching, we are robbing ourselves a lot. And not only that, we are also robbing the movement. Yeah, we are also robbing uh, uh, we are also robbing the movement. So that is it, even about methodology. That experience would come in immediately you start teaching. Yeah, then you are going to have that experience and you are going to be good at methodology. Is that fine? Anyone who has anything to say before we go to the next item? You can say. Okay, so we can go to the next item, which I would Paminda discussed. So this correct methodology is a reason for our success. And we have talked about the benefits of methodology and how you can understand, be good at methodology. One is learn from experienced teachers in methodology. Number two is be a teacher yourself. Yeah. And which is not just mere sayings, it's prophetic in Daniel chapter 12. The second one, what is the second thing that makes us a movement of success? Number two, So with number one, you can see more teachers involved, more success. Less teachers, less success. Number two,
Organization.
okay, organization, and it was the number what? Organization was it the third or last? Organization was the third. What is the second one? The second one? Organization was the third. Oh, what is the second one? The second one, those who watched the presentation. Joseph, Sharon, Charity, Letang, Regina. The second one, I will write the starting word holy. You finish. Holy what?
Convocation.
Holy convocations.
Meetings.
Holy convocations. Let's give some examples of holy convocations. Holy convocations.
Camp meetings. Schools.
Okay, so Joseph is saying camp meetings. Okay, so Regina, we are on point 2 of what makes this movement to succeed, reasons. And number 2, we are saying it's holy convocations. Yeah, so I asked a question, can we list some holy convocations? And one has been named the camp meeting. Camp meetings. Any other holy convocations? So you have camp meetings.
Schools.
Yes.
Saying schools.
Yes, schools. So we have schools. We used to call them school of the prophets. Other things, holy convocations.
Bible studies.
Nothing. Yeah, you know, there are those. Okay, let's discuss this major too. So the holy convocations, like committees, schools, and the other programs which falls under that category. So how beneficial are these? Committees and schools. How beneficial are they? Yes, let's talk about the benefits of this.
I think they are beneficial because you get to meet together as a group and share studies together, interact with people, see how they think in a particular subject, and physically being present, being there, you get to discuss things and refine each other's understanding of things and viewpoints, and you get to just interact with people, know people, get to know people, and be connected as a movement.
Thank you. So, thank you, Letang. So Letang has talked about meet together as a group, then learn truth from different people. Yeah, and meeting new people as a movement. And says it allows people to have more interactions as believers towards one another. Thank you. So learn truth from different people. Yeah, and something that benefit, especially the social aspect, even social aspect. Yeah. So then also maybe what we can also add, that particular time when you are attending, whether it's a school, a committee, it's almost like if it's 1 week, 2 weeks, or whichever, in that period, you are separated from the world and you are going to rest from the pursuits of the world. So it allows us to rest from the world. Okay. So we meet together as a group. Yeah, which is like the social aspect. And we learn different things from like each other. In the social aspect, we get to see different people. We get to see different people, which helps our spiritual growth. Yeah, and we rest from the world. Yeah. So So we can see those benefits. Yeah, CAM meetings, if it's a CAM meeting within Botswana, a CAM meeting within Botswana or within Zambia, you are going to see that people from different places within the country, they are going to meet. Yeah, those who learn online, who stay in other parts, they're going to meet together. Okay, they are going to meet together and share their experience. Yeah, and share their experience. Then also, which is beneficial, like, because some people you'd find we don't meet for a year. It becomes so beneficial. It becomes so beneficial in that period to interact with one another and all that. Now, CAM meetings, if you attend CAM meetings here in Zambia or in Botswana, like the country CAM meetings, yes, they will be beneficial. Then there are those CAM meetings like which are regional. An example, there is a Southern region CAM meeting for Southern Africa. Maybe it will be in South Africa or maybe in Zimbabwe. You must know that that camp also is coming with benefits which cannot be attained by a CAM meeting locally. And those benefits is such CAM meetings, you are going to have many people from other countries coming together. And that gives you an opportunity to understand how other members in other countries are, how they are with the message, and how they interact with people, which broadens how you view people. Yeah, by interacting with different people. Yeah, then also you understand and have that experience that this movement is huge, like Andy. You get to share the love with other people from other countries. And, I don't know how I can explain it, but I think those who have gone to CAM meetings outside their country, they can tell the blessing and the benefit that it has. Yeah, I think those who have done that, you can say something. Yeah, I know Sharon, Joseph, Letang, Charity. You can share some of your experiences of those CAM meetings, which are regional or international CAM meetings. Yeah, you can share your experience, how they are. Yeah, where different people come from different countries to meet in one country. Yeah, you can share your experiences. Sharon, Litan, Charity, Joseph, even Timo. Yes, even you, Timo. Rocky, you can share your experiences.
I think most experiences you have already tackled them that I personally experienced where you are like cut off from the world. Yeah, world pursuits. Yeah, and maybe the other thing I would like to add on is sometimes it is through camp meetings that certain truths are reviewed. Yeah, like I remember the one that we attended in Zimbabwe. I think that was a time when the message of equality was being taught. Yeah, those were new truths by then in our time. That dispensation. 2018? 2020. Yeah, 2020. Thank you.
Twenty 2019.
Yes, in 2019. Yeah, even though I had difficulties in understanding by then. Yeah. Because it was by then those were like new truths. So it's not always that easy understanding truth. Yeah, during the camp meetings, but it's fun. It is fun.
Thank you. And the good part, why we can't start complaining, it just comes maybe once in a year. Meaning, if it is taking up of your time, you might say the whole time of the year, maybe to just take, I don't know if it's even 10% of your time. So it's not that you are losing a lot. In fact, you are gaining a lot. Like throughout the year, most of the time is dedicated for your things, which is not a sin. And these holy convocation, they only take lesser time, which can be 1 week or 2 weeks. Yeah, so it's not a big loss as it seems to be. In fact, it's a huge gain. Yeah, you would feel energized and to start afresh your life on a new level. Yeah. So that is like how holy convocation, how important they are. If you are, yeah. So I encourage all of us to save our monies, trying to attend a local camp meeting or an international one or a regional one. Yeah, at least in a year you need to attend at least one. I think this is what I can say to all of us. Our NDA. So I was doing a review of a recent presentation of Elder Pamina, where he was saying the success for what the reasons for our success. And 4 reasons were given. One is correct methodology, which we talked about, and the how to know methodology and how to apply it. We said Daniel chapter 12, it taught us the wise, who are the 144,000, who understands their teachers. And by teaching, you are gaining that experience that you need as a 144,000. So teaching helps you, yeah, as much as it helps the movement. Less teachers, less success. More teachers, more success. Yeah, so I believe after this, people will be willing
I have
to
something to say.
teach. Yes, Joseph, you are free, you can say, and be close to the mic of your speaker.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to add on, like the benefits of communications. Yeah. Like the movement teaches about equality of all races, English tongues, and whatever. Yeah, but if you are just if you have no such opportunities like mingling with other people from other regions or other side of the world, my mind or my thinking will not change very much because I will not even I will not experience the things like mingling, interacting with the Zimbabwean. I don't know how they live. I don't know how they think. Yeah, I just know them by name. But if I interact with them personally, my mind automatically will change. Even my thinking capacity will expand on that, on those people. Yeah, we are in the same movement, but we are different. How we behave, how we, even cultural norms. Yeah, but if there is such an opportunity like a camp meeting, yeah, then we go, we mingle. It changes our thinking capacity, even how we perceive things. That this is how they are. This, this helps us even to come out of that nationalistic mindset. Yeah, we can say that we are not not what, help me, not what, nationalists. We can say that, but if we don't mingle, and if we, what can I say? If we mingle with other races, in our minds we will see and prove ourselves that I was a nationalist or I was not. Because you find that what you think others behave is very different from what you behave or from what you do. Yeah, so it's very, very important to have such convocations. Yeah, on that level also. Just like the other point is, like Timo said, there truths are given there. Yeah, God speaks in a new setting again when you mingle on such occasions. Yeah, and the other thing is, to my side, I find it so good because all along, even before I came in this movement, I was wondering, and I was like, other people in the other dispensation, they could meet with like Jesus, they sit with him, they chat. In other dispensation, they can meet with Paul, the Peters, and what. Yeah, in other dispensation, those leaders like Ellen White, the Joseph Bess, and others, they could meet people and write them letters, what. What of in our time? So when I hear like meetings such like that, where Chelsea would come, like she came to Zimbabwe, I was so eager. I wanted to meet her, to interact with her personally. Like I've met the prophet of our day. Yeah. So it gives pleasure, like to me, to meet with leaders of the movement if they are there on those occasions. Yeah. So it's a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph, for that comment. Yeah, indeed, it's a blessing. Yeah. Um, then also there are some things that locally, when you are doing and maybe saying the things, people would think maybe these are just things for Zambia. Then or for Botswana. But when you travel, you'd find you hear the same things from other mouths, and the other teachers. They are like solidified and know that, okay, this is the movement at large. Yeah. So let's expand our horizon, our experiences. by not limiting ourselves. Yeah, by attending one, we start attending local convocations. Number two, we don't just end there. We attend to these convocations like regional, international committee. So far, probably I may take this opportunity to promote this. There will be a school and a committee in Ese. Dr. Paminda will be there. Let's see if we can manage to attend. Yeah, and also Botswana, there is, I think in July, we are planning for a weekend. There will be that holiday, 4-day holiday. We are applying for a farm. Yeah. I think even people from Zambia, you can attend that committee. People will be happy, those from Botswana. You'll see some new faces. Like it's a 4-day holiday. You can just, and Botswana is not that far. It's just close, it's our neighbor. We can attend. In Zambia also, August, end of August is a committee. So yeah, let's try and see that we attend one or two or all of them. I think that is what I can say to all of us. God bless you all. You have been a good team, very interactive. Yeah, we count it as a blessing. Yeah, so I'll pray and yeah, let's pray. We say thank you, Lord, for the time you have been with us to help us to understand the importance of teaching, how it benefits us, at the same time it benefits the movement. It helps us to be established with the correct methodology. Lord, we have seen the importance of Holy Convocation. As we are working towards attending, be with us, and may you bless the teachers of this movement who are doing the work of turning men into righteousness. Bless even the upcoming teachers, even those who didn't know the importance of teaching but who are willing to start participating. Bless them. Bless the two countries, Zambia and Botswana. This is my humble prayer. In your name, Jesus, I pray. Amen.